Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. And we're starting with Ghost of Yotei. The first thing we're covering is how Ghost of Yotei is topping the pre-order charts on PlayStation. So this is being reported by Push Square. They say Ghost of Yotei has, as you would expect, rocketed right to the top of the PlayStation Store pre-order charts around the world. In both the UK and US and several other countries that we checked, the game is number one most pre-ordered on Sony storefront, with the $80 deluxe edition trending better than its standard $70 alternative. The more expensive version includes some additional in-game cosmetics like the snake armor set and an exclusive dye. So it's really great to see the excitement for Ghost of Yotei, and it's not necessarily a big surprise to see it at the top of the charts, but what's always interesting to me is seeing the more expensive and more premium versions of these games doing better than the standard versions when it comes to where they place on the pre-order charts. And I think what's even more interesting about Ghost of Yotei in particular is it's not doing the early access thing where if you buy the $80 version, you're going to get access 2 or 3 days early. It's not doing that, and yet that's the version that's still number one. Just goes to show, I think, how excited people really are for this game. But continuing to talk about Ghost of Yotei, we have Shuhei Yoshida once again letting us know just how good Ghost of Yotei is going to be, even saying that it's going to be better than Ghost of Tsushima. This comes from Genki Japan. Shuhei Yoshida says Ghost of Yotei will be even better than Ghost of Tsushima, and that Sucker Punch has done it again. Quote, having played Ghost of Yotei at several stages of its development, I can assure you that it will be even better, and that Sucker Punch has done it again, end quote. So this is, I think, the second or third time that Shuhei Yoshida has went on record expressing his excitement and enthusiasm for Ghost of Yotei specifically, which is a great sign, right? Because we know that he was a big believer in Ghost of Tsushima, and we all enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima, or most of us did. But he's going on record saying that Sucker Punch did it again, and this time it's going to be even better. And that's pretty significant to me because I think Ghost of Tsushima has set a pretty high bar. It's not a perfect game necessarily, but in terms of the story of Jin Sakai and everything that went along with that, I do think that Sucker Punch has set a pretty high bar for themselves, so it definitely gives me a lot of confidence to hear Shuhei Yoshida expressing this level of excitement. We're going to move on to the next topic, though, which is a PSA regarding the big Days of Play event or sale that Sony does annually, being reported by PlayStation Lifestyle. Players who are reeling from recent price hikes or simply looking for great deals should prepare for the annual PlayStation Days of Play 2025 sale and community event. Sony's biggest promotion of the year will kick off within a few weeks at the earliest, bringing discounts on video games, hardware, accessories, and hopefully PlayStation Plus. Days of Play, which was introduced in 2017, always starts towards the end of May or early June. Last year's event kicked off May 29th, but previous years have seen Days of Play go live a little sooner than that. Based on the pattern, the earliest we expect Days of Play 2025 to start is the beginning week of May 26th. Sony's official Days of Play website is already being updated in the back end. Running a Google search for the event brings up an official webpage titled Days of Play 2025 Incredible Deals on PS5 Games. But if you click it, it will send you to last year's promotion. But yeah, this is something that I do think is worth mentioning, especially because, of the price increases that we're seeing across the board. And I think a lot of people very much look forward to the Days of Play sale or event because that's usually when Sony goes a little bit crazy with it, right? It's one of the biggest sales of the year. And so I just wanted to let you guys know it should be happening in the next couple of weeks. And when it's officially announced, we will talk about it. And of course, we are wondering if there's going to be a state of play and a showcase, I should say, accompanying it. And yeah, usually that's how Sony does it. So a couple of weeks from now, we'll be talking about it once again. Next up, we're talking about Returnal and the big PS5 Pro patch that it recently got out of nowhere. Digital Foundry did an in-depth analysis, and I want to read the last paragraph of their write-up here because I think it just kind of summarizes it pretty well. They say, as out of the blue as the Pro Returnal patch is, fans will no doubt be delighted that the game is getting more attention from Housemarque. Resolution and performance boosts perhaps aren't the most ambitious use of the Pro hardware, but the extent of the increased pixel count is surprising. Where there is a 2.56 times boost in resolution, we have to wonder if dynamic resolution scaling alone accounts for the difference when the Pro itself only delivers 45% more graphics performance. Even so, the upgrade is impressive overall. The only minor catch is a higher occurrence of 50 ms frame time hitches just on striking an enemy, but the pros outweigh the cons in getting a more stable 60 frames per second with a significant image quality upgrade. Returnal itself remains one of the best shooters ever made, and with that in mind, the Pro upgrade is a great opportunity to revisit one of the generation's all-time classics. And so the title of this analysis also says Returnal's PS5 Pro upgrade delivers a huge resolution boost and improved performance, a good excuse to revisit an all-time great shooter. I wanted to just be sure to cover this because we did talk about how Housemarque just spontaneously announced a big PS5 Pro upgrade for this game, which a lot of people were very hyped about and very excited about, but it seems like they really kind of, went above and beyond here to, I think, do a great job with this upgrade where, there is just like a minor issue here or there, just something that you're probably truthfully not even going to notice. But in terms of just a raw resolution upgrade, Digital Foundry saying they're kind of surprised at how much they ended up getting out of it. So good stuff. Good stuff. You love to see it. Let me know if you're back to playing Returnal. We're going to move on to the next topic, which actually is a really concerning report regarding this year's Call of Duty 2025. This I discovered on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, and it's apparently an exclusive scoop coming from the Ghost of Hope, who is, I think, a relatively well-known Call of Duty insider. And it says here, exclusive, Activision/Treyarch are currently planning to make changes to the Battle Pass with the release of Black Ops 7, which is going to be Call of Duty 2025. Black Ops 7 will reportedly have more seasonal LTMs, or like limited time maps and modes, and some of them will be considered higher value with unique rewards and different game mechanics/modes, but the only way to play these limited time modes will be to have the Battle Pass, unlike how it's currently free for everyone. They are planning on taking the higher tier skins, loot, and crossover operators for limited time modes and making them only accessible to Battle Pass owners instead of having the quote premium event track end quote we currently get during reloaded updates. I will say is going to be pretty garbage if they end up doing this, because for those who don't know, the way it works right now is they have a regular Battle Pass just like every other live service game, but in between their seasonal content they drop like a micro Battle Pass, which is also a premium one, so essentially giving you the opportunity to buy two different Battle Passes and just locking a bunch of random content that's attached to whatever the theme of that season is behind that micro Battle Pass. But what's crazy about this is they're going to be taking it apparently a step further and saying, hey, those limited time modes that you were able to access for free and everybody was able to play? Yeah, we're going to now lock them behind the Battle Pass as well. This to me is just sad to see, man. I mean, we look around at the live service gaming landscape and we just continue to see developers and publishers push the envelope and just see how much they can get away with. And, Call of Duty is one of the worst offenders, and we do have to ask ourselves this question. I'm not trying to be like that guy, but how much of this is Microsoft, right? I mean, what are the chances that something like this is going to be implemented not too long after Microsoft has full ownership of Call of Duty? I've been seeing people asking this question. It's very sad, man. It's very sad to see that immediately they're already looking to take something that should absolutely be free content for everybody, that is currently free content for everybody, and saying, what if we just lock it behind a paywall? I don't know, man. It's something that frankly caught me a little off guard, because you already see how much, Activision is doing with everything they're monetizing in Call of Duty, and they're just really out here being like, but what if we just do more? Where's the line? I don't know. Pretty depressing overall. I do expect that this is going to happen, and will there be enough backlash from people to, send a clear message to Activision and Microsoft that you can't get away with this, you can't do this? Or will it just be one of these things where people are like, I'm angry for a day, maybe 2 days, but then we move on to the next thing. I guess we're going to find out. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.